Hey, how's it going, class? This is your instructor, Rob Ware here. Just wanting to say hello and welcome you to week three. The quarter's definitely moving along fast, and we're covering a lot of topics when it comes to organization and leadership and change. And I wanted to do a short, video just to interact with you guys to kind of see what you guys are thinking. Basically, I would title this lecture "Life or Death." When you look at the readings this week and the side notes and also those PDFs that are attached in the extra reading for you guys will see that a lot of what's going on with companies right now and organizations is that managers and leaders, they're in a position right now where they're really at life or death situations. And the reason why I say that, there's one thing I want to say. I mean, there's usually two types of changes that take place. Two, okay. The first one is basically random, which takes place through the external environment that takes place. So this is not prepared for. That's where you get your cuts, your downsizing real quick. The change happens as the situation's taking place, which really affects a lot of people within the organization. And a lot of times you see this happen when there's not a program or a system set up where people are constantly looking at the organization, looking at the competition, and seeing what needs to take place. That takes us to the number two type of change, which is called total quality management, TQM, which means basically it's a focus on improvement continually, never stopping. The organization is prepared. They got people lined up. They got a system lined up where their job is to focus on changes that need to be made within the organization to keep them ahead of their competition and keep things going in the right direction and still make a profit. And with that team and that process lined up and done correctly, you see a lot of companies taking advantage of this and they're able to beat the competition. They're able to beat how things are changing within the environment because they're looking and that's their whole goal is just to focus on change. If I had a choice within my organization, and I would definitely take advantage of this number two option instead of having the random option always pop up. Now, there's going to be things that sometimes just always pop up, but when you have a team lined up to help, you'll have life instead of death. So that's why I look at it and say, it's really, really important that there is a team and there's a system lined up to look at all the changes that need to take place, looking at seeing what competition is doing and what things and how things in the environment are shifting. One thing that we all can agree on is that the topic of change is constant. Just bottom line, the topic of change is going to be always constant. We're always going to be talking about it. It impacts every single organization, every single team. Change impacts that organization, that team, either in a positive or in a negative way. And a lot of times it's a mixture of both. But if you're an organization that has a system in place and you're all about change and you're all about staying ahead of the competition, then it's easier for the rest of the staff and everyone that's a part of the team to get on board because they know that you really have their best interests and you're really trying to keep things up afloat and not sinking where you end up getting the life or death. Uh, because of this situation, companies are just stuck in a rock and a hard place. They got to decide what's important, and a lot of times companies just don't have this number two plan in place. So they're always on that firefighter mode. Always just randomly getting hit with different things, and that's where you see a lot of change take place, and you get a lot of resentment, and you get a lot of pushback from the rest of the team members because they're like, look, this should have been planned on. Now it seems like we're getting picked on. With that being said, hopefully you guys are staying in contact with your readings. Very good information in those PDFs. Very good information in our chapter readings. Definitely looking forward to getting up to date with the grades. Right now we're up to date, but I'm looking forward to looking into and diving into what you guys had to say with some of these projects from week 2 and now here in week 3. If there's any questions at any time, please reach out. And Rob Ware, your instructor for the fall quarter. Any questions, reach me, rob.ware@rasmussen.edu, or click the communicate tab and we can connect. Do not forget office online hours, 9 a.m. sharp on Mondays. Sometimes I stay a little after that, so I go 9 to 10. Sometimes I might stay in a little bit after that, maybe till 10:30, but 9 o'clock sharp I'm on there. Look forward to hearing from you guys soon.